We have a big announcement, and we wanted all of our listeners to know that these next couple of weeks are going to be our last shows on BZ.
On BZ.
But we are not going away. Real Estate Radio Boston will move on. We're actually changing the platform. We're essentially pushing the content in various channels in every which way.
Every which way, like podcasts. So we have thousands of people download the podcast every single week. Take us with them on the go. So we're just going to continue that. We're going to add more platforms. We're going to add more content. So we got a fresh new website that's going to be launching over the course of the next week and a half as well, which we're very, very excited about. Yeah, and but first of all, I want to thank WBZ. I mean, we've been this journey's been 4 years now. Yeah, they have been Rebecca Ivy, who runs everything. She has just been such a huge asset to us. And Rebecca, Chris Bruce, huge shout out to Brian Lynch, our producer, that's here week in, week out. I mean, I think you've missed a couple weeks. That's it. You had to take vacation.
Not enough.
Yeah, he's going to take a big long vacation after the last show, which is coming up. It's going to be the last week of June, the last Saturday of June. And so what we invite you guys to do is, if you're part of Apple or Stitcher, go down and download us. That's where you're going to be able to pick us up moving forward into July and furthermore. Listen, it's going to allow us to run a 30-minute show or go all the way for 2 hours if you can certainly listen to us for that long. And so it's I don't know if I can listen to us for that long. I know. Maybe I could. We're going to have fun. I can promise you we're going to have fun. We'll be able to swear over there. We're not going to get edited. I don't think we're going to swear. We're not. But it's a real estate family show. That's right. Gosh. You got to be able to listen to this with your kids in the car. But that's it. That's what's going to happen. So we'd invite you to stop what you're doing because you're busy. And so if you don't do it now, you might not do it. But listen, if you have an Apple phone, don't know how to download a podcast, you can ask your kids, or you can go into your search bar, hit podcast. There's a bottom right hand corner. There's a search feature, Real Estate Radio Boston. Click that button, and that will allow you to every week download our show and take us on the go. Listen to us through your headphones. Listen to us in your car, wherever you want. Bedtime listening is perfect. Take us on the go and go to sleep with our soothing voice. Your soothing voice, buddy. You've got that soothing voice. You excited about today's show? Or what? I am excited. I'm excited. We got two rockstar real estate agents in the studio as well, and we are also going to continue. Wow, we're going to continue our Zillow conversation. Now we had we talked about it for about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago's show. Yeah. Listen, we launched the video. I launched the video last Saturday, and at the time of this broadcast, we have over 20,000 views of our video. We've got 160 shares of the content, and we've got organic views of 52,000. Organic, I mean, we didn't pay for it. Our video has gone viral all around what's going on with Zillow, their instant offers, and talking about it, and what that really may mean for the real estate community. And so what I invite you to do is go to Facebook and search Rick Shearer, branch manager, loan officer, or Ali Alavi, Lavi and Braza, PC. Yep. That's our Facebook business pages. Go check out the video, guys. We talk about it, especially if you, are a real estate agent, you're in the real estate field, you have an opinion on the matter. We'd love to hear from you. Go over to Facebook, go to our business pages. You'll see the video there. And guess what? We're going to talk a little bit more about it. We've contacted Zillow. So far, we haven't had much luck getting someone to come on the show and really just...
But they've expressed interest in wanting to be on the show and educate the listeners and us as to really what the genesis of this tool is and how it can be effectively employed. So I commend them on the fact that they're very receptive, at least for the time being.
Well, I'll commend them when we get them on the show. Let's put it that way.
There you go. We will.
We've also reached out to NAR, National Association of Realtors, Greater Boston Association of Realtors. We've reached out to Massachusetts Association of Realtors. Yeah. So far, we've got everybody saying that they're gonna stay neutral on the subject of instant offers with Zillow, which is, hey, we'll I have my opinions on it. But yeah, that's just something that they're going to hang tight on, and they've actually come out publicly and said that they're going to sit on the sidelines. They really don't have an opinion on the matter. And this is what this show is all about. It's all about sparking conversation around things, and that's what our job here. And we've done this for going on 5 years now. Is just really plant the seed, plant the question, and listen to everybody come back. And I'll tell you, everybody's got an opinion on it. Says Facebook, because everybody's commenting on it. Again, we've had almost 160 people share the content, and they're getting comments on it. And I'm fascinated by going through those and reading what people have to say, because there's definitely two sides. You've got the anti-Zillow camp, and you've got the pro-Zillow camp. Everybody's saying, hey, calm down, chill out, nothing we've got to worry about, let's just business as usual. They're helping the real estate community, and you've got the other ones that are signing petitions and really looking for their association to get involved and slow this what may happen down.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, essentially, what you and I are saying is that there's a wave of change that's coming up. Mm-hmm. And this wave of change is going to be something that, yes, it's going to facilitate real estate transactions from happening. Mm-hmm. Does this wave of change sort of make the real estate agent obsolete? Yeah.
And again, we've talked about this. We've had this conversation when Zillow became prominent with the information around the listings, and at that point, like I said, and we said this in the last video, is we just told real estate agents, hey, calm down, no problem. It's just your job is changing a little bit. You're not the one providing the listings to the consumer anymore. That's fine, because you have to negotiate. You've got to walk them through the process. You got to hold their hand. You got to talk them off the ledge after the home inspection. You really have to keep this thing together. And so you're definitely needed. And that's, I think, is what's going on right now.
Right. But we also encouraged them to add additional marketing arsenal to what they were providing their clients to be able to get the widest net of exposure for a particular listing that they were going to have. Yeah. It highlighted the value of professional photography and videography, staging and all that. So I think it did change the amount of investment that all agents, not just luxury agents, would have to make in their listing.
We had a week or two ago, we took a whole segment and we talked about what the changes are coming and what the pilot program that Zillow is actually doing right now in both Orlando and Las Vegas, and it's called Instant Offers. Right. Yep. So just to recap, the content that we provided there has essentially gone viral. We've got 20,000 views on it in just a couple of days. A bunch of likes. So if you want to go look at that, go to our Facebook page, Rick Shear Mortgage, Alavi and Braza PC. You can see it, share it with the people who you think would benefit from the knowledge. So let's set the table again. We've got Zillow has decided to create a platform that we believe is bringing buyers and sellers together to facilitate a transaction without the need, up front at least, of a real estate agent.
Exactly, and it's called Instant Offers. It invites, and it's a pilot program, Orlando, Las Vegas, Nevada, and you essentially upload your information of your listing, professional photos, videography,
you the consumer.
You the consumer will upload this, and essentially at that point they'll present you with potential buyers after the information has been uploaded. So the discussion a couple of weeks ago was that does this tool actually create a situation where you no longer need a real estate agent to facilitate a transaction?
Yeah, and so again, we like to talk about both sides of the argument here, and so since we talked about this 2 weeks ago, certain things have come out. Zillow has come out and talked about it. They just launched this program a couple of weeks ago, and they're saying that no, real estate agents have to be a key role in this. In other words, they're going to take a seller and pair them up with a listing agent to do a comparative market analysis.
Exactly.
So at least the person that's listing their home has the knowledge, not just the Zestimate, because I think we know in a lot of markets that's 6, 7, 8% delta, which on that ticket price is certainly a lot of money.
This is by Zillow's own admission, is the fact that there is a massive standard deviation associated with their algorithms, and in fact they're They're working on improving that algorithm to make it more accurate.
Yep.
But really, what they're talking about, this CMA, is essentially it's a request for as a seller lead to an agent.
Right. And so
that's how it's being marketed.
Right. And here's what Zillow is saying. Okay, great. You want to list your home. Great. Well, let's at least give you a listing agent to tell you what they think the property is worth. You do not have to decide to move forward with that real estate agent, but you get the information from them. So again, it's for the way that Zillow is positioning this, as far as I can see, is they're telling the listing agent, hey, it's a bite at the apple. All right, we're giving you the lead. You know they want to sell. Give them their thing and throw everything you got at them. Your marketing, all this, how you're going to sell the home. The seller can either decide to agree or not agree. That's how I'm interpreting the information. Now, again, we've reached out to Zillow. We've asked them to come on the show, tell us what's going on. They're in talks to possibly do that, and so we'll get their side. But this is just what we're getting from the
Exactly. A couple of weeks ago, the point was we are not criticizing Zillow. Zillow is a technology company. It's always been a technology company. Yes, they've purported in the past that it's not going to be the death of the real estate agent. They're not. Their model is not to put the real estate agents out of business. But we're seeing additional tools that are being added that it's leaning towards the obsolescence of a real estate agent.
Yeah, or they're going to take some market share away. Okay, let's say it's not going to be the death, but they're going to add some tools. Now, again, I use the example of a 26-year-old guy, a millennial, that all he knows is the internet, all he knows is technology. And I think you'll agree, a lot of our clients think they know more than we know as far as the industry and prices, and they do this research because they have this thing called the internet. And so, 26-year-old just wants to get a good deal on a property, decides to put an instant offer in because he thinks he's got the information around what that property is worth, and is very unemotional about it. That buyer could be taken away from the need of a real estate agent.
Exactly. I mean, the point is they're a technology company. They're providing tools, and we're not criticizing them for doing that. Their obligation is to remain profitable for their shareholders. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. And the point of it 2 weeks ago, was that what is the largest trade organization in the world, the National Association of Realtors, going to do about it?
It's like $200 million a year they get.
Exactly, something like that. And so, and in fact, NAR came out with their response. Inman featured NAR's response, and essentially what they're saying is we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, do we have like a cricket noise that we can play for this? Because that's essentially what they've said. They're going to sit on the sidelines. It's not their fight to fight. But at the same time, they have an affiliation with Realtor.com. Realtor.com is also provides leads to real estate agents, and also has a platform to search property, and we just don't hear anything from them. How are they not the number one? Like, who took their eye off of that ball? And so because they have that affiliation, it seems like they're taking a back seat to this because they don't want to come out and badmouth their competition when it comes to Zillow.
And no one's suggesting for NAR or any other association, trade organization that has as its members as realtors to badmouth Zillow. Right. That's not the point of the message that we'd like to be able to get across.
Right.
What we'd like to get across is here's a technology company that's providing tools that could potentially facilitate real estate agents out of the picture in the transaction. And what are you going to do about it? Can you go out there and acquire technology and essentially become a technology company yourselves, provide tools to your membership to be able to facilitate real estate transactions and remain competitive with another technology company that could potentially put your membership out of business?
That's it. Drop. Mic drop. I mean, that's it. So, so we'd love to get your feedback on it. Please reach out to us. Again, find us on Facebook and let us know what your thoughts are. And we're getting it all across the board. Listen, we're getting people that say, you guys are crazy. It's never going to happen. No one is ever going to not use a real estate agent, and that kind of stuff. And that may all be true. And it may just be a blip. It might be just a little bit disruption, and some people will go over there and do it on their own, but the majority of people will stay. I don't know the answer. I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball. All I know is I continually to look back in the past, and when we're seeing retailers go out of business, we're seeing malls shut down, we're seeing, again, the way that we get a taxi and the way that we take vacations and the way that we buy clothes and we buy shoes. Now we buy glasses. Who thought? You got to try them on. Well, great. They figure it out. Send me 3 pairs, keep one of them, and send the other 2 back. Hey, so I just don't want to take our eye off this ball. And so what I encourage real estate agents to do is, listen, you've got to step up your game. And a lot of people are. Like, there's some phenomenal real estate agents out there that literally have the best process, the best experience, and there's some that don't. And what I say to the people that don't is, man, you got to really sharpen your pencil and find your craft.
That's why I think we call it wave of change. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Change is not a bad thing. Uber is not a bad thing. Airbnb is not a bad thing. And Amazon is not a bad thing. It facilitates business from happening. It's happening seamlessly. It's happening effectively, efficiently. But in its course, it's destroying and disrupting other businesses, right? I mean, look at other things that Zillow has done. And Make Me Move, for example.
Yeah, great.
It's a feature that's available on Zillow. And essentially, you put out there a particular value that you want for your home, and it may be an unrealistic value, right? And at the end of the day, does that put real estate agents out of business?
No, because if you go in it, there's not a ton of pictures. They don't show them how to go and stage their properties correctly and do they don't give them the tools to essentially really go out. It's just like, hey, I have an obscene amount of money that I'll move from my house. And the cool thing about it is real estate agents are using that as business as a lead generation.
Exactly.
They're going and saying, hey, I know this guy has something in his head that's telling him he wants to move. Yeah, he's got a dumb price on it, but let me give him a call and let me tell him what his price is worth and how much value I can add. So yeah, Make Me Move. But they're also not putting a lot behind it. It's just you click on it, you say what you want for your house, and you put the dot on your house, and yeah, it's cool. But it's also, I don't think that's what is going to take us the leap of taking out the real estate agents.
When you break it down, instant offers, Make Me Move, and the ability to do for sale by owner on Zillow is the wave of change that's coming. And I think that our industry and our trade organizations, and in fact, real estate companies must not ignore this.
Tony, don't bet your head in the sand. Anyway, listen, join us in the conversation. Head us to our Facebook pages.